But it's America, Chris.
Why are you not proud of this? The greatest country in the world. We're about to enter our next golden age. How are you not excited?
Listen, I don't
Stop
know.
acting like you were excited by Kamala Harris. Fuck out of here.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Who is excited? Look at the polls. Look at the numbers. Nobody. Not nobody.
You gotta relax.
Y'all were too relaxed. What y'all need to do is be less relaxed and hit the polls.
Listen, here's the thing. A lot of people lie. That's just the reality of the situation.
But numbers don't.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of people lie. There's a lot of people that said they was going to vote for Kamala Harris. There's a lot of... Regardless of who we all decided to vote for yesterday, guess what? Donald Trump is now all of our president again. I don't want to fight anyone. I don't want to argue with anyone because at the end of the day, we are all Americans and we all want what's best for this country. I hope. Okay, I know today Democrats are going to be looking for someone to blame. Let me be the first to tell you it's not just one thing. I personally feel like Donald Trump speaks to people's grievances better than Democrats do. I know people are going to talk about misinformation and the dumbing down of society. I understand all of that, but you don't have to be intelligent to know you can't pay your bills. You don't have to be intelligent to know you can't afford groceries. People will forget what you did. They will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And to millions of Americans, tens of millions of Americans, they simply felt financially better when Trump was in office. I don't think it's fair to just chalk up, Trump winning to racism, sexism, homophobia, anti-Semitism. Yes, he tapped into all of the worst things America has ever had to offer. And there are a lot of people who agree with his rhetoric and voted for him because of those reasons. But I truly believe most people voted for him because they want more money in their pocket and they want to feel safe.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your man Wise. And yes, we got to talk about it, man. We got to check this clip out, man. Andrew Schulz, Charlamagne the fraud. Charlamagne, man, had a case of humble pie, but I do appreciate his sentiment. And I would have felt this way, if, Kamala would have won. We still should be praying for our leaders, whether it's Trump, or Kamala, Joe Biden. We still should be praying for our leaders because this is our country. This is the only country we have. And we should be praying that our leaders are making the proper decisions, make sure that this country remains prosperous, secure, and strong. So I do appreciate Charlamagne's sentiment, in his, I guess, concession speech that he gave, on the Breakfast Club. But this clip right here, oh my goodness, man. Andrew Schulz is a fool with it, man. And he's relentless, man. But that right there in itself just shows you, one, that these two are friends. And yes, they were stood on two separate sides of the aisle, but they can still get together and do a show and they can still chop it up and hang out. And I'm sure they're still homeboys, And there are so many people out there that have decided that they're going to disown family members and stop talking to friends because they voted one side or the other. And that's not what this country's about. That's not what this should be about. When it's all said and done, whether you voted left or right, Kamala or Trump, we still have a country to save. This is the only nation that we have. There's nowhere else for us to go. And we have to ask that our leaders are doing what's best for the sake of this nation. And we got to hope and pray for the best. And so shout out to Charlamagne for saying it and calling it out. But let's get into this clip here. Like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. And without further ado, let's go.
What's up, man?
You're looking really patriotic.
I'm feeling patriotic today, man.
You really look real patriotic.
Yo, look at this guy with his Captain Daggone America shield. Come on, yo.
I'm feeling like America's about to enter its next golden age, and I'm feeling very excited about it, and everybody should be.
I don't see why people wouldn't be.
Thank you. I knew deep down. Everything went to plan, huh? Everything went to our plan, Charlotte.
There was not a plan.
Remember when we decided on Brilliant Idiots, we're like, yo, you'll fake support.
I got a question. Charlamagne, do you think that Charlamagne voted for Trump? He took the bag from Kamala like so many others out there, but he actually deep down, he voted for Trump. He is not going to come out and say it in this, but do you think he voted for Trump? Just took the bag like all the other celebrities did, from Kamala?
And then cause all this like distraction and what is it? You stir up the water to catch fish. You'll do all that. And then Trump will land a plane and then boom, we did it.
That's not what happened.
Charlamagne.
I supported Kamala Harris, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day because the president of the United States of America, the 47th president, is Donald J. Trump. And I said this on Breakfast Club this morning, like, you got to accept it. Are you an American?
Al walking out. I was just leaving the
Are you an American or are you not an American?
Damn right I'm an American.
Why would I wish for America to fail? Why would I want America to fail? I'm just asking a simple question.
Thank you. I'm
just asking a simple question. Like I don't want America to fail. I have a life here. I have businesses here. I have a family here. Why would I want America to fail?
That's why we were wondering why you were supporting Kamala.
Absolutely. We've watched for 4 years, we've watched him run this country into the ground. And we all had the same question. Why in the world are you supporting this administration and supporting Kamala? It just didn't make sense.
No. That's why we didn't understand it. We're like, why is this guy throwing so much support her way?
Listen,
when I know that he's a patriot, when I know he's a great man, I know that he wants America to win.
Listen, everybody votes for their interests. I have interest in Kamala, but I'm not going to root against. Why would I root against the president?
That's what I'm talking. Thank you. Thank you.
I hope Trump doesn't do anything he said he's going to do.
Whoa.
I hope there's only 3 things I hope Trump does.
Talk to me.
Why do you keep bumping me?
Because it sounds like your squad.
He says he wants to. He says he wants to lower taxes. Do your thing, bro.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right?
He
MAGA.
said he wants to fix the economy, even though inflation is already down.
Yes, right.
Hey, do your thing,
MAGA.
Okay. If he wants to make things more secure, build the wall, border security.
Border it
do
up.
your thing.
Do your thing, Wody.
But you're gonna need the Democrats to help you do that, though.
Of course you do.
No, not going to need Democrats. Republicans have the House, the Senate, Supreme Court, and the White House. Democrats, they don't get a pat on the back for this one.
Bipartisan legislation.
It's going to take bipartisan legislation. Oh, they got the Senate and the House. Well,
they don't have the House yet, but it's looking like
they're going to have it. So they really don't need the Democrats to do shit.
Hey, man.
So they about to fix America, and the Dems about to get no credit for it.
Well, here's the thing.
Zero.
Damn.
To your point, right?
That sucks for y'all.
To your point, right? To your point, right?
Yeah.
Now is the time for everybody who voted for Trump, and I would say the same thing if Kamala wins. Everybody who voted for Trump, you have to push him to do everything he promised he was going to do. You can't let democracy don't end once the person you vote for gets inside the White House. Y'all have to constantly push him.
He's absolutely right, but I don't think we need to push. We're seeing it happen. We're watching these left-wing libtards lose their mind based off of the people that he's appointing. He is right now appointing people in places. He is doing exactly what he said he was going to do. Obviously, this is just the beginning, but man, it is glorious to see.
To do the things that you want him to do.
To stop the foreign wars, deport the criminals. I would like a pathway to citizenship for the people who are here illegally but have been working jobs and have families, and I think that we should, open our hearts to them.
They're going to have to come back. He's going to kick them out in January, and they're going to have to come back another way.
I don't love that.
That's going to happen.
I want you to start with the criminals. Let's see how that goes.
Because it's almost, and Jon Stewart made this point. I thought.
Well, I mean, technically, they all are criminals. If you came over here illegally, you violated federal law. So technically, you are a criminal. But I do understand Schulz. I do understand where he's coming from. We got to get these gangs up out of here. I don't know if you guys seen it, but down in Tennessee, man, they're taking over. They're in every city in Tennessee right now. And obviously, they've been out in Colorado. They up in New York. They're up in Chicago. They're everywhere, man. They got to get those folks up out of here ASAP.
That was a valid point. Jon Stewart was like, do you really think he's going to go through a whole list of people and say this person's a criminal, this person's a criminal, this person's a criminal? He's like, no, you're undocumented. You got to go. And then those people got to come back around and figure it out later. It's
clearly an attempt to deport between 30 and 500 million people is going to be complicated. So it's going to be important to know how carefully the former president would execute this plan.
A lot of the millions of people have had children here who are American citizens. So yes to mass deportation, even of women and children.
So we're going to look at it very closely. The way you phrase it is exactly right. You put one wrong person onto a bus or onto an airplane, and your radical left lunatics will try and make it sound like the worst thing that's ever happened.
Because it's the worst thing that ever happened to them, the American citizens you mistakenly deport. Yet Trump is like, and that makes me the bad guy. And why is my wife interviewing me? You are my wife, right? Marla? Ivanka? I don't know. This sounds awful, but as everyone knows, you can never listen to what Trump's saying and hear it.
I think you're taking everything a little bit too literally.
Look, Trump speaks in hyperbole. This is nothing new.
He's telling you what was in his heart. You always want to go by what's come out of his mouth rather than look at what's in his heart.
You're right. Why hold former presidents to what they say they're going to do from their mouth holes?
Gonna be a lot of kicking and screaming come January, bro.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just the truth to the matter. They said mass deportations on day one.
Wow.
Day one.
Yeah, but you'll have liberals upset about it. But at the same time, they caused the problem. If they would not have been inviting these people over here, if they would not have told them that they'll take care of them, if they would not have told them like, hey, we're sanctuary cities, they wouldn't have come. You got to think, during the Trump administration, there was a slowdown of people coming here because they knew you just couldn't come here. You had to stay in Mexico. There was a whole lot of issues that they and hoops they had to jump to just get in here. This administration, they opened the floodgates. We got to solve it. Unfortunately, they allowed something to happen that is just crazy. And it's going to take a crazy effort to get these people up out of here to solve said issue. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's a tricky one for me. I think that we got to find a place in our hearts. Now, if you're a fucking criminal, you're breaking the law, get the fuck out. But if you're somebody who's been working here legally, and we've all had people, I'm sure, work for us that were illegal, they're upstanding Americans. I see them as Americans, and they should be given an opportunity.
He said he wanted the death penalty for, was it immigrants who commit murder? I think it was. Illegal immigrants that commit murder? Which one was it?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he wanted the death penalty for him.
But then he said if they deport you, if you come back again, it's 20 years, and then if you try a third time, then it's death penalty.
Run it up.
Hey, man.
Run it up. We got to have, what are you going to do? Just have an open door? Like, there's borders for a reason.
Yeah. There's borders for a reason. And there's got to be some real ramifications for coming over here illegally. There has to be. That's the reason why folks keep coming. They get deported and come right back because there's no real consequences.
You say, Alex?
So they're gonna
no, Chris.
Chris is so real. Chris, when he saw my outfit, he said, "Don't do it to me."
But it's America. Chris,
why are you not proud of this? The greatest country in the world. We're about to enter our next golden age. How are you not excited?
Listen, I don't
Stop
know.
acting like you were excited by Kamala Harris. Out of here.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Who was excited? Look at the polls. Look at the numbers. Nobody. Not nobody.
You gotta relax.
Y'all were too relaxed. What y'all need to do is be less relaxed and hit the polls.
Listen, here's the thing. A lot of people lied. That's just the reality of the situation.
But numbers don't.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of people lied. There's a lot of people that said they was going to vote for Kamala Harris. There's a lot of people that got polled. That got polled, and they said they was going to vote for Kamala Harris. It did not reflect that.
Nothing.
Like that map looked like it had its period.
Puerto Rican
first day period.
First day heavy flow.
It just did. Like it's just the truth to the matter. Like I don't think she won a swing state.
But she did.
No.
Philadelphia, right?
No.
Philadelphia is a city.
Pennsylvania's a state.
My gosh.
That's why she lost.
That's because they don't know.
That's why she lost, because folks don't know. Oh, she didn't win a swing state, but she won Philadelphia. Our public education system on full display here, folks.
Oh. They don't know. It's a damn shame. Did you vote? Did you vote?
She lost Pennsylvania, Taylor. She lost Pennsylvania. I don't think she won one. At least right as of now, we're recording this on what's today? Wednesday.
Yep.
The day after the election. She hasn't won a swing state as of now.
Did not win a swing state.
She hasn't won one battleground state. Not one. Listen, a lot of people lied. A lot of people said that they was going to vote for Kamala, and they went in the booth and did something totally different.
Or they just didn't show up at all. And I think that was the biggest issue with Kamala, is that the numbers are just way down.
Yep.
Now, part of that is from the Democrats obviously rigging the election the last time. We know that for 100% fact now.
No, they didn't. They didn't win the election.
No, I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
Somebody called the radio station this morning, and they was like, "Stop this steal." I'm like, "Cut it out."
No.
It's just like it was a free, fair election. They won fair and square. They won the popular vote. They won the electoral college. It is what it is. They won the Senate. This is democracy. You can't respect democracy only when your side wins.
A lot of people are trying to chalk this up to like Trump populism, but we're talking about it on Flagrant, and it's just like, this is a rejection of leftist policy. It's a rejection of leftist ideology, and it's a rejection of Democrats not speaking to the issues that the majority of Americans have. They went on the campaign trail and they just gaslit Americans, and they said, "Oh, the border's not really a problem, and I'm not actually going to do anything different than Biden."
The big issue.
Huge.
Big issue.
It's like
I caught a lot of shit last year when when the immigrants, illegal immigrants started coming in, and then the Republicans were taking the illegal immigrants, putting them on buses, putting them on planes, sending them to sanctuary cities, and then Democrats were like, stop, enough. I'm like, yo, y'all are the ones that built these sanctuary cities. Y'all are the ones that told them to come here, so Republicans sent them. I thought it was evil genius. I said it then. I thought what Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott was doing was evil genius. Little did we know how much that was going to come back to bite them in the ass come election time. A whole year and a half later.
Huge.
A whole year and a half later. And guess what? All it takes sometimes is just to simply be like, hey,
why don't you experience this?
Fucked up. We fucked up.
But they couldn't say that on the campaign trail. And they just weren't addressing the issues that the American people felt strongly about. And she wouldn't distance herself from Biden. Like, she needed to throw Biden under the bus, below the bus, dig a fucking hole in the ground and put it into it, and she refused to do it. And maybe that was out of loyalty, maybe that was out of strategy, but she needed to be like, that motherfucker fucked up, this is how I'm gonna do it. And she didn't do that.
The biggest thing that they said, I saw people saying they said that clip from The View.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
When she was on The View and they asked her what would she do different than Biden,
she said nothing.
And she said nothing that I can think of.
Yeah,
he spent so much money running that ad over and over and over and over and over in all these battleground states. And here's the problem with Democrats. I've said it a million times. They don't know how to message. Did Biden and Harris do some good things while they was in the White House?
Sure.
Yes, they did.
Sure.
But they don't know how to message it.
Yeah.
They don't know how to tell people the good things that they did.
Also, people don't want to be told the good things while they're hurting. When your foot hurts, nobody wants to be like, but your hand is okay, right? Motherfucker, we're not talking about my hand. We're talking about my foot.
You're right.
And the American people were very specific about the issues that they had.
I've said this a million times. When you're saying things like the economy is better, right? And then you say, look at the stock market. The people that are complaining about the economy not being good don't even have no fucking stocks.
They don't even know what the fuck is going on.
I'm from a rural area in Moncks Corner, South Carolina, on a dirt road.
Dirt road.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like.
I know it well. We were doing this podcast for 11 years. Population hasn't changed in 11 years. Ain't nobody fucking. Nobody. Roe v. Wade is alive and well in Moncks Corner, South Carolina.
It's like 12, 13 now.
Oh, wow. God damn.
My point is, those
migrants.
Those people like that in those rural areas, they not thinking about no stocks. They thinking about how can they put food on their table today.
How much is bread?
And listen, Trump spoke to people's grievances.
That's
he just did.
Thing.
Trump spoke to people's grievances. Shout out to Charlamagne. I'm not going to call him the G word because he's not that, obviously. But shout out to him for just taking it on the chin, because this dude had been caping for years now for Kamala and for this administration. And that's the thing, man. We talked about this, in another video from the other day, is that you can't keep gaslighting people. You can't keep lying to people. You just can't. And then all of a sudden expect for them to believe you. There was a couple of ads that was ran that really, I think, did Kamala in. The one, they talked about it here when she said she wouldn't do anything differently. Like, okay, you won't do anything differently? Nah, we can't take more of what's going on right now. That one. The ad that they was running during football games, college football games, pro football games, about, the government paying for, trans changes and all this other kind of stuff, man, those two ads right there, I think that did her in. On top of the fact that mainstream media for 3.5 years told us that Biden was great. He's sharp as a tack. He's handling business, this, that, and the third. And in the summer month, they oust him. They don't do an emergency primary, and they place this lady in here. I almost believe that she was doomed from the start. And because the left has mainstream media in their pocket, and because, a lot of these polls are just fraudulent polls, it gave a lot of people on the left this false sense of security, thinking that, oh, there's a real path for victory. And it was the furthest thing from the truth. And this election proved it. And then you look at the fact that she ran on one specific topic, which was pregnancy terminations, which doesn't mean a whole lot to people when you can't feed your kids, you're struggling to find a job, and, you can't afford, to get back and forth to work if you have a job because gas is so daggone expensive. They focused on things that didn't matter to the American people, and the American people spoke. When you look at the map and you look at how much red, the entire country is red until you get to the left coast. There is a speck of blue here and there, but the entire country, until you get to the left coast, Cali, Oregon, Washington, and then you look at The top Northeast, New York State and up. Everything else, red. And to be honest with you, I don't even understand. I mean, we understand that the left coast, Oregon, Washington State, I mean, it's just loony out there, man. I mean, I don't know what the heck is going on out there, you know, because I know there's some good people out there that do not agree with the foolery that's going on out there. And when you look at the Northeast, I don't know what's going on up there either. But a couple of things that I learned in this. One, even though we stand on different sides of the aisle, we can still be cool. That was actually really good to see. I also learned that Charlamagne probably was not as convicted in those beliefs as he let off over the past, you know, a year, 2 years, 3 years or so. Maybe he, you know, was paid and he makes his living by doing this. That could be the case as well. But good for him, you know, for, you know, humbling himself and coming out and saying what he said. And shout out to Schulz, man, for continuing to push and pull and call it out. That was awesome, man. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, man. Hey, keep God first in your life. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with y'all next time. Peace.